Hi guys, and welcome to another video with Vegan and Frodo. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. Thanks for joining me again on the channel. So today I would like to share with you a new experience that I've had recently, which is giving blood. Now, that is something that I have never ever done in my life. I never really even considered it until some recent times when I just I wanted to experience what it was like. I wanted to learn more about it and see what it's about, what was the value in it. And this is basically a video sharing my first experience, what has happened. I basically do a show and tell, and I will also talk a bit about how I felt afterwards, how I felt a week after, and so on. So if you're interested, please keep watching.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So now donating blood is not something that's brand new, that only started a few years ago. Humans have been doing it for hundreds of years. They do it in all the different countries, and even in Russia they do it. I actually spoke to my grandparents about it, and to my grandma specifically, because she wasn't actually too excited about me doing it. What is giving blood donations? It's taking half a liter of your own blood when you have 3.5 liters in your veins, and giving it to someone who might need it. It could be a relative, it could be someone that you've never met. Usually it's going to be someone you've never met, and that blood will be used for cancer patients, for people who have been in some sort of accident. Sometimes if something happens on the table of the surgeon and people might need blood. Some people with different diseases, they might need it. Yeah, well, I was gonna say leukemia, but that is a type of cancer. So when I shared my desire to do this, and the fact I told my grandma about it after I've done it, she told me a story about my granddad donating blood when my auntie, when she was a little baby, needed it, because they have a similar blood type. Usually, there's all the different blood types. There's 4 blood types, and they all need to match as well in order for you to be able to receive that blood. Now in Australia, there are 3% of all people that donate blood, so that's basically 1 in 30 Australians. It's about 600,000 donors so far. Statistics collections per day: whole blood 3,800, plasma, and platelets. So basically your blood is not just like, there's all these different components in it. There are 3 different things that you can donate, and it is plasma, platelets, and whole blood. So basically with the whole blood, it's just taking some blood out of your vein and using it for something in a bag. That, like, obviously in the center, they collect it in a bag and then use it for other purposes, sending it off to a hospital somewhere. When you go in with plasma or the other type of donation, then the certain bits out of your blood are taken out, and then the rest of it gets recirculated and injected back in. So that's also an option. So what I did was donate the whole blood. It was, the half a liter, which seems quite a lot. It looked like a lot. Seriously, it did, kind of freak me out how much was actually taken out of me. Hello everyone, how is your day today? We're here first thing in the morning today, before work, before I even had time to change from my cycling clothes. Basically, we're in the blood donation center. This is the first time for me, so I'm a little bit curious and nervous and see how it goes, but I think it's going to be all good, all fine. It's very, very interesting. I'll give you a whole 411 on why I'm doing it and what it will be used for and things like that. But at this stage, I just want to share the experience with you and tell you how it all goes. Something that you would expect generally afterwards is just kind of being lightheaded, and you need to wait for your body to get used to running with slightly less volume of blood, which is why you're encouraged to drink a lot more water, have a little bit more food, maybe do slightly less exercise on the day or around it. I actually did a record of how I felt through the day, so you'll get to see that. But what I felt afterwards is within about 3 days, I realized that cycling up a hill was a bit more of a mission for me at that time, even though I was perfectly fine doing it days leading up to donating blood. Not even a big hill, just a small hill, but I obviously given it to that. I've also, being a vegan, you know, obviously you always have your blood test to make sure that your iron's in check, your B12 is in check, and all that type of things. So I feel like my volume of blood reduced, and the amount of iron obviously in my blood, once the blood got diluted, the volume of blood sort of became the same after a few days, but then the nutrients in it kind of diluted. But the good thing is that it can regenerate. So a few weeks afterwards, I felt absolutely fine, and I have no worries going up all the hills that I usually am able to go up to. So it's definitely a good experience. It's nice to feel like you're doing something positive for other people as well. And I actually got a text message a few days after I've given blood saying that my blood has gone to a patient in Townsville, in a hospital in Townsville. So that's pretty cool. They follow up with that, and you know where it is going. So something to note, that there are a few different things that you need to be in check of before you're able to donate blood. So obviously you need to be a good healthy weight, you need to be fit and healthy yourself as a person. You need to be aged between 18 and 70. You know, need to be not pregnant. You can't be on different antibiotics. You can't have had vaccination, particular vaccination. You couldn't have traveled to different countries. And they'll go through a whole lot of checklists with you beforehand, because they want to be sure that the blood they're, you know, taking, that will be going to someone in need, which will not harm them, basically. I do it again. Absolutely. I'm actually thinking about doing it again pretty soon. I think it is a really good experience. I think it's really nice to feel like you're giving something to someone out there that you'll never meet, but you're, I want to say, doing a good deed, because that's what it feels like. And I don't know, what are your thoughts? You genuinely doing a good deed, doing something good for others. Now, I have had friends who needed all kinds of, I needed blood for all kinds of reasons, from dialysis, kidney transplant patients, to people fighting cancer, to people being in car accidents. So, and I also know people who have done, in fact, I know a lady who has done 100 blood donations. So that's pretty cool. And they also said the volume of blood that you donate can help 3 people as well at the same time. So that's really cool. I would definitely do it again. I think it's just a really nice, simple, easy way to do it. They said that 1 in 3 Australians will need blood or blood products in their lifetime. So at the same time, you never know when you might need it, or when someone you love and care about might need it. So I think it's just a really good cause, and it's very, very helpful and easy way to help the world as well. Obviously, you don't have to give all of your blood, and it replenishes. 1/3 of blood donations help treat people with cancer. Blood is actually surprisingly versatile. The blood you donate can be made into 20 different medical treatments. So, some of the examples are, some of the things your blood will be used for is 34% of cancer and blood diseases can be treated by the blood that you donate. 19 of these go towards healing causes of anemia, which is lack of iron in your system. 18% goes into towards surgical patients, including open heart surgeries and burns. 13% go towards other medical problems, including heart, stomach, and kidney diseases. 10% goes towards patients with fractures and joint replacements. 4% go to pregnant women, new mothers, and young children when sometimes they need that. 2% include road accidents.
You're like, oh, with this squeeze.
Yeah, just like kind of general experience. And
Yeah, a couple good squeezes there. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Look at you.
I have had a good experience with that. Something that I did want to share with you is that when I was talking to my grandma about it, she basically said that the person who donates blood in Russia, it's usually to do with giving it for your relatives. That's kind of usually what it's like. And also you get a day of work for that, basically. That's something else that was different, but I sort of did it before work. There are always different time slots when you can do it in, depending on where you're at. You go on the website and basically type in your postcode, see where available blood donation centers are, whether it is one of the permanent centers or there's also mobile van centers that go to different locations. I also know for one of the jobs I used to work in New Zealand, the nurses would come every few months, and you would be able to donate blood at the work, wherever, like your workplace. So it depends where you work as well. But I live and work in Brisbane City, so that we have quite a few centres around. Hey darlings. So it's been a few hours, it's daytime, and obviously I'm changed. It's been a few hours since I've done the blood donation, and like I still have the badge of honor on my arm. It was really cool. I feel pretty good, and I don't know, I just feel really happy and excited about it because it's my first time and I've been wanting to do it for a while, and it just feels like you're doing something that can bring help to someone else. And it's just, I feel like when you can help other people and bring benefits and good to the world, and in any way, you know, I think you should try and do it, especially when it's not like directly crazily affecting you. Sorry, there's like traffic around, but I'll try to speak louder and not talk for too long. So basically they take 500 mils of blood from you, which sounds like a lot. It's like half a liter. The bags look massive. I'll do like a little video or photos in here. It looks pretty cray, and it's like, during it I just felt a little bit nervous, I think, in the beginning, especially when it just started to happen. And then they also took a few little beakers, like for sample testing, and then one big pouch which goes into the lab and gets like centrifuged and separated into like 3 different things. One is plasma, one is red cells, and there's another one. I'll talk through it in this video and just another section. But basically it was really, really cool. I am definitely happy that I did it. It's by volume, so basically you need to kind of sit down and take it a little bit chill pill for a little bit straight after it, just basically because usually the body like my size no, it doesn't sound good at all. Well, my height is 170 centimeters, and I'm like, you'd say medium size, right, person. So it's about 4 liters of blood that is in my system, and it took half, right, so it took like a percentage of it away, and it will take about 24 hours to replenish, like volume wise. It's just going to multiply. And the thing that can help you do that is drink more water, basically, to assist your body with regenerating of blood. And then another thing obviously you can do is like good healthful nutrition and stuff like that, and the plasma and all of the like nutrients, the hemoglobin and things like that, that will get fully replenished within 4 weeks, 4 to 12 weeks they say, but like for the first time they give you 12 weeks before, like if you want to start kind of doing it regularly. But usually, like technically after 4 weeks, everything should be pretty on point and replenished. And it was like, I mean, it's a little bit of pinch and right. First they check your hemoglobin right now and where you're at, your red blood cells count, to make sure that you're within the regular range. So like basically it's not going to be harmful for you to do it. There's a whole bunch of questions that you need to answer in regards to just your health, you know, well-being, the countries you've visited in the last 2 months, and your vaccines you've taken, even like partners you've been with, just all kinds of different things. Oh, I got away. And then you have an interview, and you basically just sit down and talk about what kind of experiences you've had. If you tick yes, there's like a huge questionnaire, like all kinds of like health. They ask you about all kinds of health issues and questions and kind of history from your family. You talk about that, and then they take you to a separate room where like loads of people who donate blood sit, and they basically prep you, they sterilize your arm, and they take the blood out of your vein, obviously. And there's like a whole bunch of nurses there that, you know, are always ready to assist you, kind of come to you if you're feeling a bit dizzy or having some sort of issues or whatever. So I feel like it's not that scary at all. It's just like a little bit nervous just when it's the first time, but it's really cool. It's really easy. They give you like juice, and they give you drinks and food afterwards as well, to just kind of make sure that you're all good and feeling great and replenished and you're ready to go back to work or whatever you're doing for the day. So I had a really good experience. And they gave me like a cute little sticker. I'll show you like in the office. I'll just put a photo of it here, but it's like the first time little sticker, and they send you a card with all their like with your blood type and your number and things like that in the mail, basically to next time make the process easier, and just so you can have like a quick recollection of what blood type are you. There's lots more to say. I'll say it in like a separate, like another section of this video, not right now. But overall, all in all, in this minute, I feel pretty good, pretty nervous. I felt like a little bit nervous getting off the chair, since it was just like, oh, half a liter of blood is gone. But no, it's gonna be fine. Drink a lot of water and it will replenish itself. Anyway, I better get back to work. And I will catch up with you on all the other million and one news items I have in my life right now. So see you again soon. And basically, hopefully you have gotten something out of the video. The light doing crazy things, which is why I keep repositioning the camera, but the sun has moved and now it's directly into my eyes, so I'm just trying to like navigate it while still be able to have a chat with you. So I hope you found this video interesting, learned something new, and I catch you on the next one. Remember to stop counting calories, start counting health, count your adventures, count your passions, and I'll see you again soon, you guys. Bye.
Cherry, 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 red kiss.